Hello there and welcome to Civilization 5 Brave New World with me, Daniel, OnionGame64 or CivilOnion based upon how you know me. Batch number, 3 now of the series we've got right now on Brave New World. And to quickly summarise where we are, we have workers and we're improving our equipment. We're reasonably happy, we're actually about to end the Golden Age. We're trying to build the pyramids because unfortunately Darius keeps beating us to all the wonders that we do want. And we've decided as a collective effort that we're not going to bother with a religion of our own because we're not going to be able to beat Darius's. So it's kind of irrelevant. What I do remember is that Greece and Assyria do not like one another, and it looks like Assyria is beating Greece, looking at the state of Corinth alone. And we also know that the Aztecs have kicked Hiawatha's behind and now have his capital Onondaga, which in itself is a holy city. Whereas if you look at the Aztecs, they don't have a holy city of their own, per se, one that they've created, so they have pretty much stolen a religion for themselves. Anyway, we're going to continue on now. We're going to try and explain further new Brave New World concepts if and when they arise. And all in all, despite the fact that we're second on the score, we're really not in particularly brilliant shape yet, just because Darius next to us is destroying everybody. Needless to say, he'll be our target. We can't expand south because, well, look at it. Look at the terrain there. That is appalling equipment for a good city down there. However, we cannot expand up in this narrow area near Panama City. In theory, without annoying Assyria. That would be good. How is Corinth doing? It's still hanging on at about the same health. Maybe a bit more, so it must be doing a bit better. We do have Petra in our capital, which is a beautiful wonder, and not only does it give us an extra trade route and a caravan, which are obviously new Brave New World bits and pieces, it also makes our desert tiles far the greater. And as a result, our capital city has gone from being a bit on the mediocre side to actually being pretty good. But what we're going to do is get over to Braga, which is our newest of the 3 cities we've got, and we're going to try and improve that. We don't think that Persia's going to attack us because they have a trade route with us. We only have the 1 trade route, we can have 2, but we've only got 1 right now, and it's actually going en route, as you can see by the trade route arrows, en route to Antwerp, which is now belonging to Assyria. It is obviously formerly a city-state. I believe it's in Belgium in real life. We have a sufficiently sized military, not very impressive, but impressive enough to not have us surprise killed, I imagine. Let's have a see now. Who's got a spare resource? Or does anybody have a spare resource? No, we do not. Has anybody got any large amount of gold? No. They don't need it. Let's just quickly check our resources. Resource list. We have 2 incense and we're exporting both of them. We're receiving 1 spice. I wish I'd shown this in the last playthrough I did actually, because it makes the guessing element out of what materials you have available not the case, because it's not guesswork. You just have to put the right setting in. Anyway, we're going to build a farm here because we have civil service, and as a consequence farms on rivers or next to lakes are much better. They get a 2 food bonus rather than 1. All farms eventually add 2 food, but right now only the ones in those situations count. And just to point out, this patch of water here is too big to qualify as a lake. I believe it's 10 tiles or less for a lake. And because it's coast, putting a farm adjacent to one of those tiles does not give you the civil service bonus. Never mind. Anyway, we're pushing on with the next turns without really paying too much attention, cynically you would say. But right now we can't really do a lot. We're just trying to get the cities of Porto and Braga ready and prepared to become useful cities rather than liabilities. Whereas Porto's just getting out a wonder so that we can have more workers working. Because we want to improve our terrain as much as possible. Oh! Greece has taken out Nimrod. That's a thing. We're going to say no to that. Greece and Assyria have made peace, but Nimrod now belongs to Greece.
Oh, let not the pains
we
of
have the
death which come
pyramids.
upon thee enter
Excellent. Okay. If we go into our resources again, we've got 3 incense and we're exporting one of them. So we want to export another. The question is who to and who can we get the best deal off? Unfortunately, the answer to that is not many people. That's a better deal than I was getting off anybody else, so we will do that because money is nice. We've got ourselves 2 workers. They've actually built the pyramid on the land, kind of. I like how the entry to the pyramid is kind of in the coastline and at sea, but whatever. Quite often the game likes to build sea pyramids. Ooh, good job I went there, because I now know there's an encampment there that is ready to ruin my day. Lisbon, I believe, went up a pop point. Indeed, I'll lock it in. Which unit hasn't got enough experience? Okay, we're going to take that down there and take that encampment out before it starts destroying us and causing us problems and damaging our land like it already has. We want to go after the Chichen Itza because we don't want Darius to get that. Even though we're planning on taking him out, we really don't want Darius to get the Chichen Itza. His ability revolves around Golden Age, so we could really do with beating him to the punch. Stoneworks. Just gotta check, do we need to improve anything here? All the tiles we're working on are indeed improved tiles. We don't want Lisbon to grow much further than population 7 at this point in time at the very least. Maybe down the line, but not much than that. As a result, I'm going to put I'm going to try and create a great writer by putting someone in the Writers Guild slot. It means every turn the great writer amount goes up by another 3. It goes up by 1 each turn by default, but we want it to go up a bit more. And Lisbon can survive on that population without me working the incense on the river tile there. Do I want to put a mine there? Probably not. Let's just go down here and make a farm. There are enough hill tiles around there that we don't really need to make more hills right at this point in time. That'll be fine. Religion founded. The Aztecs have got Buddhism. Okay. A lot of religion going on. Obviously we're not getting involved in that. Whatever religion we end up getting, we end up getting. What do we want to do here? Yeah, we'll build a farm. We'll also build a farm here. We want to make sure that if we get attacked that our cities don't all starve. So as a result, having a couple of extra farms around is very useful. We don't really want to be on the defensive for too long though in a war. We're going to try and plan it so that we're the ones on predominantly the attack. I just do not like the catapult. And as a result, we are not going to use the catapult. We're going to wait until we get 2 trebuchets at the very least. We're going to improve that, even though it's a rubbish tile. Yeah, the thing is, catapults aren't really strong enough, in my humble opinion, to take cities out, because they just get destroyed by the city themselves very quickly, and oh, that's not good. The Great Wall will make taking Darius out a lot more awkward. So of course he had to build it. Unfortunately, despite the fact it looks like the Great Wall's only around Persepolis, it doesn't work like that. Even if I wanted to take out Passagadei, for example, I still have to have the issue of my movement being reduced by the Great Wall. That's a pain in the backside, to say the least. I'm going to hope that I can convince at least one other empire to attack Darius, but at the same time I don't want to be surprised ambushed by either Assyria or Greece. It's more likely to be Assyria, just because of its geographical location. And that's what I didn't want to see. Darius has pikes, which means theoretically he could build the Chichen Itza. We don't want him to do that, and not only is that going to mean we're fighting for him, fighting against him for a wonder, It also means if I want to attack him, he's got strength 16 units, which have been upgraded, no doubt, from his unique units, so they will heal more quickly than my pikes. He's going to be a bit of a pain in this map, to say the least, but we definitely have to take him out in case he gets a massive tech advantage on us. Because if that happens, then attacking him is going to be very, very fruitless. And by not having iron, we can't even improve our warrior unit. And if we borrow iron, as soon as we no longer have the iron, we'll have a strategic resource penalty. And we don't want that. He's actually trading 2 caravans, making trade routes for 2 caravans to our cities, in fact. So we should, in theory, be getting a science bonus off him. Ooh, good job I noticed that before it was too late. Going to have to just for a moment move this over here. Please don't attack that, whatever you do. I've noticed that barbs in Brave New World are much more aggressive. Yes, I am fine with this. He's going to knacker that.
There is only one good.
Unless I can convince him to try and... I hope he takes that worker instead and gets distracted. We'll try and bait him with that worker. Now, where did Panama say that was? Alright, we'll try and take that out. There's really no harm in doing so. I'm kind of worried though that I'll get attacked out of nowhere, so I'm only going to take a warrior out there. That there to protect one of the workers. What do we want to research now? There's no point really going for engineering right now. The option is, do I go straight to physics and try and take him out immediately? Or do I go straight to education and from there try and beat him to some of these nice buildings and wonders? A lot of them aren't any good for me because I'm not using my own religion, but... How many texts do I have to go to get to that? Quite a few. I only need 2 to get there. Chivalry's not really any use to me either, unfortunately. But neither is steel, because I don't have any iron. Ah, boo. We're going to have to go for that, and if only because that way we'll be able to build workshops and therefore our production will go up. Please take the worker and don't pillage the copper. What a expletive inserted here. Well, at least it's taken out now. We might as well improve it. I can't believe how big a problem these barbs have been. Or, well, they've not been a huge problem, they've just been a bit annoying. Sometimes in a game your luck is in, sometimes it is not. That's just the way it works. He doesn't like Monty, that's interesting. He's also just made his 3rd city. Caravan, where do you want to establish your route to? Was going to Antwerp. We're going to continue taking it to Antwerp because we're getting bonus science more so than we could get off Darius himself. Fortify until healed. I'm going to take the arch there to try and take this encampment out more quickly because, frankly, it's beginning to drag. And once we've got the Chichen Itza, we're going to have to either start... It depends on what time we quite get it, but we're going to have to start on the task of building military units, or we're going to have to get a workshop so we can build them more quickly. Unfortunately, we cannot get a forge, because we don't have access to any iron. So that sucks. But what can you do? I'm actually going to upgrade that to a pike now.